Hi, this is Paul again. I'm going to call this video No Chaos 1. My last video was called Lesson 10. But in Lesson 10, I basically took you to the end. Because all of my work started from cubic wonder. And the five-sided stuff came from morphing from cubic wonder. And I showed the dodeca and the icosa in a blackboard view. And I also went over all the dimensions and the rotation angle to get it to the vector view. But to get to these two rectangles, I've basically reversed engineered from cubic wonder. And what I'm showing in front is the very start of Platonic order, which will take you to cubic wonder. So let's focus on these two golden ratio rectangles. Now first I'll show a yellow A and a yellow B. Now this is on the dodeca rectangle and it's showing 600 times 5 and 600 divided by 5. 600 comes from a size 6 cube. So this measurement could be anything, any size cube. So now we'll show the measurements of the icosa rectangle. And A1 and B1 are perfectly golden ratio and the lengths add up to a size 12 cube, 1200. Most of these measurements can be found in my last video. Everything starts with a two-dimensional square, but it cannot stay in two dimension. It's not my fault that the professor doesn't like 3 dimension. He just wants to work with equations and praise chaos because it's fully accepted by his peers. Now let's take a look at the rectangle for the dodeca first. Now if I rotate that rectangle 120 degrees, look what I've got. We now have a new pair of edges on the dodeca and we now show a green and purple vector. Now we'll do the same thing again another 120 degrees. So now we show another pair of edges for the dodeca and we show the purple and cyan vector. Now in my earlier videos I showed these top 3 edges around the vertex as the 369 arrangement that Tesla was talking about. I think I was the first to show this in 3D on a dodeca. I never seen any interest. Okay, let's take a look at that shape. Now we've done 1, 2 and 3 edges. So we'll rotate again 120 degrees for another edge, which will be 4. So we'll keep rotating it 120 degrees and I've spent a lot of time getting this sequence right, but I've got it going all the way to number 15. Now this is something like the video I put out of the DNA Metro. But in that video I was showing vertex to vertex. It was showing 10 sequences by 10. The mathematician said I was a crank for showing trivial geometry that nobody can understand. Now this is very similar, but the sequence is 15. And I think this setup is a lot simpler to understand. Okay, I'll run this animation through and reverse it for you to take another look and do it a bit faster. It'll be interesting to see if anybody takes an interest in this new discovery. I think this new discovery puts everything in a new ball game because the rectangles can be used instead of the icosa. It's like shorthand for Platonic order. It's also plain to see that we have 15 two-dimensional planes. The mathematicians seem to only want one of these planes to work in and they say everything else is chaos. I think that the people that's doing research into 3-dimensional geometry of viruses will find by breaking it into 15 different planes it's going to make it a lot easier. The researchers seem to find that deadly virus comes in a spherical form. Now I would say it's possible to put 15 planes onto one 2-dimensional plane and it will make a lot easier for the researchers to study the geometry. This can also be used as a geometric compass because the 10 vectors are color coded, so every two-dimensional plane can be coded with the colored vectors. I explained in my earlier videos that the vectors stay put. They don't move around. The colored vectors always stay in the same position. Anyways, I think I've given the people that snubbed my discoveries something else to think about. I think I've showed enough in this video now. I think I'm going to call it a day. So this is Paul saying thank you very much for watching my video.